So I want to talk to you guys about what we've come to understand, what the challenge really is today after 3 years. And it starts with the shape. And the shape, being a starting point for people. The shape being a path of least resistance. And I think I'm going to give you guys an explanation that you're going to be, like us, kind of surprised that go, wow, I didn't understand the type of impact we were making on people's lives. And the true influence that the challenge has on people's lives. See, I want you to think of this stage as a health scale, right? Like this is one end of the scale, really unhealthy, and this is the other end of the scale, as healthy as you get. And on this end of the scale over here is fast food junkie. Fast food all the time, junk food all the time, that's their lifestyle. And on this end of the scale is the opposite of bacon double cheeseburger and Dorito, is, algae, tree bark, mulch, and twig and berries. Does anybody know junk food, fast food person? Only that many people know that person? Let's try this again. Raise your hand if you know somebody that is the junk food, fast food person. Yes. You guys remember we're in the South, right? You can't lie to me. I know the data. Now, anybody know the twig and berry person on the other end of the spectrum, right? So we got the fast food person, we got the twig and berry person. Here's the problem. Twig and berry, it's hard to say without laughing. Twig and berry goes to fast food and says, listen, it's really easy. All you have to do to be healthy is eat tree bark, mulch, algae, and twigs and berries, and you will be just like me. And you just do this for every meal for the rest of your life, and you'll be fabulous. And fast food junk food is looking at going, you crazy? I don't want to look at that stuff, let alone smell that stuff, let alone taste that stuff, let alone having to taste that stuff consistently over and over again for the remainder of my life. I think I'll pass, Twig and Berry. Twig and Berry over here, they don't understand what makes people tick. They think they can change everything about health food, fast food guy in a 10-second conversation. It's easy. Eat some twigs, eat some berries, have some mulch here. I ground some up for here. Try this, right? And you can't change decades worth of programming in 30 seconds. You can't. The average age of our customer is 43 years old. Let's take it back to when this problem started, when they were 5. When they were 5 years old, they went to school, and every day, from age 5 to age 18, they got some square pizza that they dipped in ranch, with a side of tater tots that they dipped in ranch, with a side of Little Debbie cakes, with a side of chocolate milk, and with a side of fruit that came from a can that was 100% sugar, from first grade all the way to 12th grade, true or true. Some days you got like the octagon pizza was orange. If you didn't get the square one, you got the orange octagon one. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. That's what I thought. From age 5 to age 18, every day, something just like that. Age 18, they go to college. I mean, anybody who's ever been to college, this is, you don't have to be, a rocket scientist here to figure out what I'm going to say next. And everybody knows the first job, you're the lowest paying person, you work twice as hard as everybody else, you come in early, you stay late, you want to impress the boss, you want the raise, you're hungry, you're eager. So there's no time for any food, nor any money for any food but vending machine, junk food, fast food. And then even worse, you still think you're in college, so once you get done at work at 7, you're always somewhere at the bar for happy hour with your buddies having chicken wings and a couple more beers, right? Then you get married, you have some kids. And when you get married, you have some kids, that whole story I told earlier, Pop-Tart, toaster strudel, Fruity Pebbles, off to work, grab a Danish, coffee, pizza, vending machine, fast food, drop the kids off at practice, French fry, Diet Coke story. And then you're 43. So for 38 years, that's been your diet. And Tweetyberry's like, no, you just drink some grass and you crunch it up and you pour it in some oats and you're fine. Do you guys see a disconnect here? There's a bit of a disconnect. Enter the path of least resistance. See, our shake is the path of least resistance to move somebody from there down this path. See, what they do is they show up at your challenge party all the way over here. Fast food, junk food. They show up at your challenge party and they grab the taster cup to shake. First thing they do. Second thing they do. What are they looking underneath the cup for? Are they looking for drinking instructions? Every time. Do they take a drink? They look up at the sky. It's not bad. Raise your hand if that's exactly what you did the first time you had a drink, right? Not bad. I don't hate it. I suppose it has cake-like properties. And I can get my money back. All right, I'll buy some. 2 weeks later, Project 10, they're down 10 pounds. This same person who 2 weeks ago was like, it's not bad. They're on Facebook going, it's a cake mix, it tastes like a shake mix, it tastes like Sarnicola. You don't believe this stuff. It's the greatest thing that's ever touched my lips. It's amazing. True? 2 weeks later, we'll call it, they're 45 days in. They're down, 20 pounds. This is unbelievable. All I've done is drink some of those magic shakes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a choice. I'm going to make a lifestyle choice here. I'm going to, for my healthy snack that we recommend in between shakes, I'm going to stop eating Cheetos for my healthy snack. And I'm going to switch to fruit and vegetables. 60 days in, down 30 pounds. Amazing. Switch to off Cheetos and drinking my magic shake. It's all done, down 30 pounds. I wonder what would happen if I started drinking something that I've never, a substance, a liquid, that I've never quite had before on its own and by itself since I was 5 and used to drink it out of the hose. I wonder what would happen if I substituted soda for water. And I'll even put one of those powders in it, like Pro or Neural that they have. That way I can convince myself it's like a crazy Crystal Light or Kool-Aid or something, right? 90 days in, down 40 pounds. This is unbelievable. I'm drinking magic water, magic shakes, and I stopped eating my Cheetos as my healthy snack. I wonder what would happen if I did something that I haven't done since my sophomore year of gym class. Exercise. Let's take a second challenge. Second challenge, down 50, 55, 60 pounds. I wonder what would happen if I got a gym membership. I wonder what would happen if I got a personal trainer. I wonder what would happen if I got a meal plan. 3 challenges later, the person that started over here, junk food, fast food. 3 challenges later, they're walking up to me at an event like this going, "Nick, you recognize me? This is me and you 9 months ago. Hey, for my next challenge, we're going to do a tough butter. You want to do it with me? Hell no, I don't want to do a tough butter. You crazy? You want me to roll around and run in mud and like jump up and down? And are you out of your mind? Oh, Nick, hey, I'm doing my new challenge. We're going to climb Machu Picchu. You want to do it with me? No. Now I'll take a helicopter to the top and get out, check out the view. We'll climb a mountain. Oh, hey, Nick, we're going to do an Ironman. An Iron what? You want to swim, bike, and run how far? Non-stop? Why would you want to do that? Are you crazy? No, I don't want to do an Ironman with you. The same people who were junk food, fast food, 9 months earlier, and by the way, I've done every sport you can think of since I was 5. I've worked out in a gym non-stop since I was 15. I've always eaten right since I was 15, and I've always supplemented since I was 15. Junk food, fast food, who's been that way for 38 years, is punking me out 9 months later. Calling me out for the tough stuff. So now here's my question. Did the shake make those lifestyle choices for those people? Did the shake make those lifestyle choices for those people? It did not. But the challenge did. You better believe that the challenge platform influenced every single one of those decisions since the day they got on the challenge. You better believe it was our products, it was our platform, it was our recipes, it was our conference calls. You better believe it was our experts' tips, it was our videos. You better believe it was Project 10. You better believe it was every aspect of the challenge. And you know what was the biggest influence over their results and their lifestyle choices next to the products themselves? You. The challenge community holding them accountable. The challenge community recognizing them, giving them tips, cheering them on, brought them all the way down this path. You did. You need to take pride in that. You need to take ownership that the challenge that you provide has made all of these lifestyle choices for this human being, has influenced all of those lifestyle choices. Raise your hand if you found a recipe that you now use for your shake that came from somebody else in the community. Raise your hand. That's everybody. Raise your hand if you got some sort of workout tip from someone else in the community. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you got some sort of meal that you really wanted to make or some sort of recipe for a meal from someone else in the community. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you were encouraged by the stories of other people in the community. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you kept going because you didn't want to let the community down who was watching you. Raise your hand. This is why, kids like yours, it pisses me off when Twiggy Berry and all their infinite wisdom and all their knowledge on their blog and all the things they know about what's great for human beings and society and their health and how omnipotent they are, knowledgeable about what people should be doing with their lifestyle choices, are like, these guys, I don't know anything about health, they don't know the stupid shake, that ain't that good, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, I'm sorry that we were able to help millions of people make tens of millions of lifestyle who don't have any of the degrees or read any of the books that you've read have made more lifestyle choices for people and have lost more people 4 pounds and got more people healthy than you ever will in your entire career with your little website. I'm sorry. Because we understand people. We get people. And you have to start someone for 38 years who's been eating the way they've been eating, and they're over here. You've got to start them here through the path of least resistance, which is a shake. That tastes good. A shake that tastes what? Good. And then they lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, no more Cheetos, 30 pounds, let's start drinking water, 40 pounds, let's start exercising, 50 pounds, let's get a gym membership, 60 pounds,